Myanmar, Liberia, USA. Otherwise, there's no inches. No, 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 there's no inches. No inches, DIY. What I'm going to do now is I'm just setting up to cut a whole sheet of ply. I've never done it like this before, but I've got a whole sheet and I've got a bench that's the same size as the sheet. The bench is nice and flat, so I might clamp up the whole sheet, get my straight edges done, and this is going to be the start of the bookshelf project. Hello, welcome to No Inches DIY. Yesterday I had a little bit of a day off camera where I just prepped up some wood to get it ready for this bookshelf project. So it's just some old Jarrah house frames, but I didn't quite have enough, so I had to joint up a few offcuts. So this one here, I just did this angled joint and then just put a peg through it. Now, I'd never done that before, so I didn't want to do it on camera, but I've got a relatively strong joint here. That peg's so tight. And then I've got 4 of these verticals, which are going to form the corner posts for the bookshelf. And again, I didn't quite have enough, so I did this angled joint with a couple of dowels. Because we're dealing in second-hand timber, we had a few little bends that I had to pull out. So what I've done is I've had them all clamped up and bent against their bend, and I've just poured hot water over it, 3 or 4 kettles full, and hopefully that's just softened them up. I know they will bend to straight, so once I start forming them up and then finally pull them together when I screw the whole project together, and it should be relatively straight. So I've got these clamped together so they're reasonably flush, and then I'm just going to buzz that down, so I could be here a while. That's been buzzed down. There's still a few bits where I can see some saw marks. I probably actually didn't spend that long on that, but there's no steps in it. A few little saw marks or a bit the blade hasn't got to, the sandpaper hasn't got to, but I think that's pretty good. If I eyeball it from behind, I'd say that is remarkably straight considering where it started from. Now here we have a few steps. I might take this clamp off, just realign these steppy bits. Because this is at the end, where they're not going to be checked into a piece of board, the actual alignment is not super critical. So I've just got my boards here, they've been tuned up on the edges. They're all reasonably consistent, and now I'm just going to have to sand the broad side of them. The joint that I made looks reasonably tight, so I'm just going to clamp these flat and give the broad side a good sand. Alright, so I've given these a polish up. It took nearly all morning. Any nail holes or whatever I've just filled up with my putty glue. Then I'll go over them again with a lighter grade of sandpaper. And then I've just got to cut my tracks out for the shelves to sit in. And then I can start assembling the first bit that'll be all timber.